Hello, welcome to Sandy Ainley. I hope each one of you are well. I'm feeling slightly under the weather, so to speak. I just feel as if I have very little energy. I'm looking at myself in the camera area, and I don't like my eyebrows mixed with my hair, combined with my hair. My hair needs brushing. I just feel, generally speaking, untidy as my room is a bit at present. Just show you bits of the room. There's my unicorn area. Then the TV, my ballet pictures. Then going around the other side, I've got my ballerinas and the door to the hallway. And my abominable covers, which I so wish to change to pink ones, I don't mind saying. I'm just looking at myself in not a very good eye. I just need to brighten up and try and fight the day, It's no good just lying down feeling low. It's not going to improve my situation, and nobody else can do it for me, so I'm tidying my hair up. It still looks bizarre, in my opinion, bizarre. It's just one of those days where I can't feel satisfied with my hair. So I'll try and be satisfied with something separate then. So I have my lovely programme from the show Annie I went to see of late. There's Craig Revel Horwood, I think that gentleman played Miss Hannigan in Annie. I saw it about a week ago, and here's my brochure for Annie. And the little girl who played Annie is this little girl here in the picture. I'll show you the three Annies, and then I'll point at the one that I saw. Yeah, that's the Annie that I saw. Very beautiful little girl. Played the role in the most professional manner I could possibly dream a little girl to play. And they're all very pretty and very suitable for the part in appearance-wise. And I've got my page where Annie sits with little Molly, the little girl in the show. There we are. There's the same Annie I saw. I'm not sure if I saw that little girl playing Molly. The Molly's the one who Annie's cuddling, placing her hands around. Then we've got the part of Miss Hannigan who is the nasty, so to speak, nasty orphanage keeper, if you like. Is that Craig Revel Horwood? I'm not sure. Actually, I don't think so. Not in that picture. I'm pretty sure that's not Craig Revel Horwood. And then I've got, this one is Craig. Look at this, please. There's Craig Revel Horwood playing Miss Hannigan. And we've got the dressing room where the dresses are kept over here. And there's some red dresses or items. seem like coats to me, but I'm not sure. I think they're the coats that Annie wears when going to the cinema or theatre with Daddy Warbucks, as Daddy Warbucks will turn out to be named as by Annie. And there's Annie, who's being lifted up because she's just arrived at the house that the to-be Daddy Warbucks lives, and everybody meets Annie from the house, and Annie meets everybody, and they gel immediately, straight away. They've got the most amazing, lovely bond. And here's more. Here's Annie with the song. I think it's during the singing the song, It's the Hard Knock Life, or Hard Knock Life as it is named. And Annie is in the middle there with two other very good dancers next door to Annie at either side of Annie. And they're very angry and they don't like living in the orphanage, and so they're singing about it. And we've got Annie with the to-be Daddy Warbucks, and Grace Farrell, Daddy Warbucks in inverted commas, secretary. Here are the three ladies, or in Craig Revel Horwood's case, a gentleman, who play Miss Hannigan in the show. And Craig's the one in the middle. And I'll just show you that the one with the hand up is called Elaine Smith. And there's Craig Revel Horwood in the middle. And the one with the arm down is Jodie Prenger. Those are the three Miss Hannigans on the tour of Annie. And then I've got here in the wheelchair, I'll show you if I may, the gentleman who plays the president in the show. And there's Miss Hannigan trying to talk to the president. And here's again the song Hard Knock Life, picture of Annie and the orphans dancing to the song and really feeling quite angry with life in the orphanage. And there we are, at the end of the song of the Hard Knock Life. Annie and the orphans are around the laundry basket with little baby Molly, I think, inside the laundry basket. Just for a joke, maybe, I don't know. Then here, there's the Hoovervilles, who live in the street, really, and aren't really very lucky people in this context. They're very poor money-wise and cold and fed up and hungry and complaining on subject of their lives. And Annie comes to them and asks if they've got food for her dog, which is, in inverted commas, her dog, called Sandy. And there's Annie. And Sandy is there as well, I think. And then there's the Hoovervilles. And right over here, there's Annie, who names the cat, sorry, not cat, dog, Sandy. And here's during the song, I think I'm going to like it here, when Annie arrives at the house of the To-Be Daddy Warbucks, and everybody, and Annie included, is all dancing. They're all dancing and singing, in a very good mood to see Annie. Oh, and I mustn't forget, there's another lovely picture up here of one of the little girls who plays Annie, who is, I think at that stage, Annie is with the To-Be Daddy Warbucks. And Daddy Warbucks says to Annie that he'd like to adopt Annie. I seem to recall the outfit. Going back a bit, if I may, I'd like to give you the names of the girls who play Annie. Oh, it doesn't have it here. Maybe in the programme I'll show it to you with the programme. So here's NYC when they go to New York City, the To-Be Daddy Warbucks, Annie, and the Daddy Warbucks secretary, Grace Farrell. If I may just show you the dancers, and there's Annie sitting down with the two adults next door to her. And then I have a picture here of Aileen Quinn, who played Annie many years ago, maybe 12, 13, maybe 20, 30 years ago. Played Annie in the film in the cinema. It came out into the cinema at that stage. Not my favourite Annie, I'm not going to lie. However, that's just me personally. And there's Aileen Quinn underneath, pretty little girl. And Aileen Quinn again in a nice picture of her. And then there's the Annie who's playing presently in Wimbledon, at the new Wimbledon Theatre. And then there's Miss Hannigan, or the lady who plays Miss Hannigan, I think. And over here, there's Miss Hannigan, Miss Hannigan's brother, and Miss Hannigan's brother's lady friend who names herself after a hotel. And there's another picture of Miss Hannigan. And over here, again, whilst they're dancing and singing, they're plotting to get hold of Annie and the money that's being offered to the real parents of Annie, if the real parents will come and retrieve Annie, if that's the correct word. And they're plotting to steal the money and the reward for finding Annie's parents by pretending to be Annie's parents. And Miss Hannigan has a plan up her sleeve as to how to get away with that. And here is Annie during the end of the show with that lovely, beautiful modern version of the Annie dress, which I love. I think it's super. Dancing with the To-Be Daddy Warbucks. Lovely picture. In the corner here, there's Annie again with President Roosevelt in the show, the gentleman who plays President Roosevelt. And this one is when there's a party to celebrate Annie, who's going to be adopted by Daddy Warbucks. And the orphans are visiting to have a party, and they don't have to go back to the orphanage because they're all going to be adopted by, I think, the same Daddy Warbucks. And they're informed that they're going to need to go to school, and they cheer at first, and then when they realise what's been said, they go, oh, school. Here's a picture of pictures of the cast of Annie during rehearsals, just general pictures. There's Craig Revel Horwood. There's the little Annie I saw. Lovely pictures of them rehearsing away. It's hard work putting on a show. I've been in shows. It's jolly tough work. However, such is life, and it's also lots of fun. There's Craig Revel Horwood again. And here is our darling Paul. And very sadly, Paul O'Grady passed away whilst formerly assigned to playing Daddy Warbucks in Annie. And sadly, as some of us may know, the gentleman passed away. And I'm very sorry to say that he would have been seen by myself, I think, on that day I went about a week ago to see the show Annie, and I was most upset and disappointed. And here's a nice picture of the late Paul O'Grady, who I know many of us deeply miss. And here is a picture of the merchandise from the show Annie. And at the end, when the show had ended, I went to the shop to see if I could purchase any of the Annie merchandise, and I have all of it, or similar, so there was no need. There's no need anyway, I don't mind having said. And the last picture is of, I can see it's pictures of the Annie orphans from the show dancing in the song Hey Hoverman, Hey Dabradan, that song, I've forgotten the name of the song. You're never fully dressed without a smile. Got it. There we are, nice pictures. And that brings us to the end of the brochure. And I'm just going, brochure, sorry. Now, the three little girls who play Annie, I'm going to show you the pictures of the little girls because I think you might find it interesting. And what I love so much on the subject of the little system now with the little children is they're choosing black Annies or semi-black Annies. And I'm very happy because it gives the correct message to our children today that Black lives matter, so to speak. Of course, white lives matter also. Each person matters. And I just love the new system. There's the first Annie, who is called Zoe Akinyosad, in this picture here. The second one is the one I saw, which is Harley Bathram. Another beautiful little girl. And last but by no means least, lovely looking Annie, Sharangi Nanavarathan. Excuse me, sorry, darling, if you're listening. Nanavarathan. Rashangi Nanavra. Oh, so sorry. Gnanav Arathan. Gnanav Arathan. Gnanavaranathan. Gnav Arathan. Gnanav Arathan. So please forgive me for repeating it. I'm just trying to learn to use the word out of respect for the little girl. So I'm going to bid you goodbye at this stage. So please take care of yourself and one another. And lots of love. Thank you again. Bye-bye.